hey. Come on, hey. What is going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Junior's World of Soul. I am back with a new video to bless y'all with R&B the right way, the authentic way. As you can see, I came in jamming to Chloe's joint. Body Dude, that joint is a jam. Like, you can't help but to stay still jamming to that joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Chloe, can we get more of this? You know what I'm saying? But yo, before y'all do anything, I want y'all to like this video. I want y'all to share it. I want y'all to, subscribe to Junior's World of Soul, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But listen, it's been a minute, y'all. It has been a minute. It's been like 3 weeks. But y'all, it's all good because, I've been pushing some stuff with R&B raps with my partner in crime, Match the Elites, and we have just been doing some great things for Catch That. But I'm going to talk about that at the end of the episode. I know what y'all here for. Y'all here for current R&B bangers. Now, listen, if y'all new to Junior's World of Soul and you don't really know about current R&B bangers, I came up with it maybe 7 years ago when I was tired of, saying we need platforms, we need this, and we need that, and why, R&B is not getting pushed, and I was just online, just using my Twitter fingers like people still doing now, just saying. And I was just like, yo, I want to do something. Let me do something to help the genre that I love so much. So I was like, yo, I'm going to create a show where I could talk about 3 to 6 joints a week, and I could talk about current artists, I can talk about indie artists, I can talk about our classic artists, just to give another platform so people's music can be shared. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? And it's been going for 7 years, y'all. 7 years. I'm so proud of current R&B bangers. I want to thank everybody for showing love. You know what I'm saying? Posting and retweeting and all that good stuff. I really thank y'all. You know what I mean? But listen, I don't want to keep y'all too long because I know y'all got places to go, people to see, and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of want to get your attention for maybe about a good 20 minutes. Just give me 20 minutes. That's all I need. That is all I need. And then, you know what I'm saying, after you hear these dope joints that I got for y'all, because I got 3, and y'all can go and, share the songs to other people and be like, yo, JR, let us know about these joints, and then bring them here, and then they can do the same thing so we can get this joint out. You know what I mean? So that's all good. So let's get this started because, like I said, I don't want to keep y'all here too long. So here we go. Okay.
Talking to you.
Oh, reconsider, yes. Stop making it through. Oh, respect. Huh. You got a woman just as bad as you want sex, you better believe. Yes, they do. My girls, the Shindellas. Love these girls. These are my girls, y'all. And ever since 2018, I have been a fan of them. Shout out to Stacey, Casey, and Tam. There's some singing girls. And shout out to Louis York for finding these girls and knowing the blend sound right and realize that they are needed. But like I said, since 2018, I have talked about every song they have released, plus more. You know what I'm saying? Before they debut album, Hits That Stick Like Grits came out, they were just giving us singles after singles, and I was talking about every last one of them. And I talked about Reconsider, Ain't That the Truth, Happy to See You, It Wasn't Really Love, Chills, Costume, Fear Has No Place, Money, Volcano Love, When You're Lonely, Feeling the Pain, and I talked about Win My Heart from Hits That Stick Like Grits. Like, I just talk about these girls because I'm just fans of them and realize that they are really, really needed, and they show we need, we need female groups again. Even though what y'all seeing on reality TV and social media ain't a good look right now, it's hurting me right now, but it's about my girls, the Shindellas. It's about them. You know what I mean? And they represent that. You can see that they got so much love for each other and all that. There's no egos and nothing. They do what they need to do, and they sing, and they make good music, and that's why I want everybody to support these girls. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, they got a new song out. And baby, it has been my favorite song. I can't stop playing it. This joint is a banger. I was like, oh God, the girls gave us look. They said, look, we getting y'all ready for the summer and the spring, and y'all gonna do it and y'all gonna rock. And this joint is dope. The song is entitled Last Night Was Good for My Soul. And baby, all I got to say is this joint is a jam. And if you don't like it, something is wrong with you. Like, for real, for real. And I say that. So, Hopefully, y'all, I know y'all gonna like it, so we gonna get busy with it. Here we go.
You know it's been a good night when I say that I looked up. It was 5 a.m. I see the sun rising.
Last night was good for my soul. Hey, where did the time go? Hey, 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 hey. Last night was good for my soul. Oh, oh, hey. Ah, come on, come on, come on. Hey, come on, ah. Soul clap with it. Hey, last night was good for my soul. Let me tell you something. I know, listen, Louis York, the Shindellas, they all had to be in the studio knowing that it was like, yo, when JR hit his joint, he gonna go off with his red cup. And I absolutely did. And I did the dance too. Catch all of that. They got a nice little dance. I'm gonna put it in the more info box because y'all couldn't really see my feet. But listen, the joint is a jam. Like, I can't help but I am so happy for them, man. They keep blessing us with that good music. Y'all hear that harmony? Come in, come in. Who's singing like that? Like, come on, yo. This joint is a jam. I want y'all to support the Shindellas. It's out on all streaming platforms. Last night was good for my soul. Yo, banger, 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 banger. I'm so happy for the girls. So, yo, that's the first joint of current R&B bangers coming from the Shindellas. Last night was good for my soul. Where did the time go? Okay, I'm looking because I could give them a whole like 10 minutes if you let me. But yo, that joint is a banger, and yeah, whoo. All right, let's go to the next record. Oh, okay, okay, we going this way. Come on.
If I wanna see what your head game like, do you know what you're doing? Is your neck
Game time, hey. With me, if you love standing under the sea and Victoria Monet. You know what's so crazy? Every time I talk about her, I'll be like, yo, I was a fan of her and didn't even know it. I knew her before I knew her. You know what I'm saying? Because I was following Ariana Grande, and she was definitely penning a lot of her songs. You know what I'm saying? And she brought out this record, and it was like a duet with her and Ariana Grande. And I was like, oh, who is this girl? Right? And then, of course, I'm like, oh, okay, I like how she sounded. Let me do some research. Then I found out that she helped write I Hate That You Love Me from Dirty Money, and that is my favorite song off that album. We're not going to give that album too much because y'all already know how I feel. Never mind. But, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I knew her, and then she was penning a lot of people's stuff, Chris Brown and all this. I was like, yo, I knew this shit before I really knew this shit. You know what I'm saying? But then she came out with her record, Ass Like That. And it was something different, and I was like, yo, I like this girl. I like her. Then with me, she started giving me singles. After that, she gave me The Moment, and then she gave me Dive, and I was like, I like this. And then when she gave me Experience with her and Khalid, I was like, yo. I was like, wait a minute. It had that 70s soul to it. You know what I'm saying? And it sounded so good. You know what I mean? And then I was like, all right, I'm in. So then she released her record, Jaguar, in August of 2020. And I love it, and it became one of my favorite albums of 2020, you know what I'm saying? Because the pandemic kind of like, woo, that messed up a lot of things. It messed up everybody's mental and all that, so thank God I had music, you know what I mean? Because I don't know what I would have did. But shout out to D-Mile, who is like probably my favorite producer since 2020. Yeah, probably since 2019. He's been really my favorite producer because this dude has been killing it. You hear me? With everything that he got with, you know, India Shawn, which her record. Please, y'all, before we go deeper, please go listen to that. Then he did the Silk Sonic joint. Then he did some stuff with her, and then he did Lucky Day, Painted. That album is still a favorite of mine of 2020. It probably was my favorite of 2020. Yep, it probably was. Yep, it was. And you know, that whole clique, you know what I'm saying, that he's working with, and they just had some good music, you know what I'm saying? So then in 2020, she gave us the banger Coastin' that I talked about on here, which I love, you know what I mean? So then after that, I was just like, okay, we got Jaguar in 2020. We now at the end of 2022, and I'm like, where's Jaguar? What's going on? I mean, Jaguar. Where's Victoria? I'm like, what is going on with her? You know what I'm saying? Like, I need more music. But then she said that we're going to get Jaguar 2 coming up. I was like, ooh. And like my brother Sid said, you'll go online and type in Jaguar 2. When is it happening? When are we getting it? When are we getting it? Well, we are finally getting it, baby. And let me tell you something. The first single is with her and Lucky Day, and that joint is entitled Smoke. And all I got to say is that shit is it. You hear me? I was like, now this is how you come back strong. And her and Lucky Day, listen to me. And D-Mile on the production. That dude is a beast. You hear me? He is a beast. So I was like, I definitely got to talk about this song coming in, you know, coming back. And definitely, this is her first single back. I definitely have to talk about it. So here's the second joint of R&B bangers. This is coming from Victoria Monet. And this joint is entitled Smoke. And this joint is with Lucky Day. So here we go, y'all. Get ready to rock.
Something like that 8-track, shorty. Keep it in rotation. This is celebration every time we smoke.
Every time we smoke, everything we smoke. Like, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm probably all off key. But that joint is a banger, yo. I know when my brother sent it to me, he was like, yo, he gave me a text and he said, bro, I already know you're gonna love it. And I know you're gonna talk about no current R&B bangers. It's times when he know, as soon as I hear it, I know you're gonna talk about it. And absolutely, he's right. Like, when I heard this joint, I said, listen, it got that old school vibe to it. She said the 8-track. Did you hear her? The 8-track. You know what I'm saying? It got an old school vibe, but they keep it current. It got a current, like, swag to it. Like, you can't help but, like, the jam to that joint. You know what I mean? Like, come on, yo. Like, it's definitely giving some vibes that, yo, you know what would have been dope? You know what would have been really, really dope if this would have been like what Gamble and Huff did for Let's Clean Up the Ghetto, right? And he had all those artists on there. This joint would have been so ill if you would have had Lucky Day, Victoria Monet, India Shawn, Silk Sonic, and then had them on this record. And it could have been something maybe different, but this joint would have been so ill because it still gives the flavor of each of their albums. This gives you, Silk Sonic Presents. That's not what the album called. I hope. Oh, A Night with Silk Sonic, yes. An Evening with Silk Sonic, I'm sorry. Then this gives you vibes of India Shawn's Before We Go Deeper. This definitely gives you vibes of Lucky Day's Painted and the second joint. This definitely gives you vibes of Victoria Monet's, Jaguar 1. So it could have been ill if all of them could have been on one record. That would have been nuts, but this beat is nuts. Shout out to D-Mile. Yo, I'm so hyped for Jaguar 2, for real. And hey, Lucky Day, listen to me, look at me in this camera here. Give us something like this, please. I had to rewind it, but again, can you listen to me and listen to me clearly? Can we get stuff like we got with Painted, please? I loved it. I love some bangers on the second album, but can we get something like this? Thank you, management. But yo, the second joint of R&B bangers, this is coming from Victoria Monet, and that is Smoke. Alrighty. Ooh wee, let's get into it.
Maintain, just try.
Maintain. Maintain. Addie Oasis representing Brooklyn from coming from Paris though. You know what I'm saying? But my brother Mario Sin, who y'all know very well, has been on Addie for a minute. You know what I mean? And I just remember me and him actually talking about her like 3 days in a row. Like literally while we was at work, we were sending back texts and talking to each other through audio messages. It's like, yo, it was really into her, right? So we was into her interviews, her music, and like her influences and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna talk about her. You know what I'm saying? I am. And I didn't. Shame on me. Like I messed up, right? I really, really messed up. But one thing about my brother and one thing about him is he wants to make sure that he's like, listen, I told you about this now. I know you're going to like it. I'm not going to send you something that I know that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm talking about it a lot and all this kind of stuff, then what's going on? So he would quickly bring up her name sometime. He'd just be like, yo, have you heard the Addie Oasis? And I'm like, no, I haven't. And he like, oh, all right. And he'll let it be. And then a couple of days later, have you heard the Addie Oasis? I'm like, nah, I haven't. And he knows that I listen to a lot of music. You know what I mean? But it's all good. But I'm going to get to a point where he just got fed up with me. For real, for real. But Addie Oasis, her influences. Let me tell you something. When I realized that she was influenced by the Curtis Mayfield. And all y'all know how I feel about Curtis Mayfield. Like, he's my second favorite artist, like, of all time. And he's like my second favorite producer, songwriter of all time. And I think he deserves a little bit more credit with this neo soul thing. But you know, they look, you can give it to Stevie, I get it, but Curtis Mayfield was out before him, and he was doing that thickness before a lot of people. So I feel that. So with her, me and since she was inspired by him, that caught me off the break. You know what I mean? And then her other influences, Shaka Khan and Mariah Carey and Prince, and then Linda Crawford. And I was like, wait, nobody talks about Linda Crawford. We talking about Runaway Love. Like, what? So her influences got me. So finally, when I listened to her albums, Adelaide and the Addie Oasis EP, I was like, now her influences makes perfect sense. Like, her joint before is very Linda Crawford. Magic is very much Curtis Mayfield on the bass, and she plays bass. So clearly she's inspired by that. You got Whisper My Name, Maintain, and 9, which gives you background vocals of what Mariah does, because we all know Mariah does not play when it comes to background vocals. She's very, you know, the Luther when it comes to background vocals. Like, it's not a game, you know what I mean? So you can definitely tell the influence, like the airy backgrounds that she gives, definitely gives Mariah, for sure. You know what I mean? So Lotus Glow came out in the beginning of March. And now this is going back to my brother again. He was like, listen, you done watched, you're going to have to listen to Addie Oasis' new record. I said, all right, cool. So he let it be. Then about a week later, he was like, have you heard Addie Oasis' new record? I said, no, not yet. And again, he knows that I'm, you know, I'm listening to other stuff, but I know my brother's not going to send me something that he knows that I'm not going to like. You know what I'm saying? Because damn near all of the stuff on current R&B bangers he helps me get. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that. So finally he was like, I was going on a trip to Memphis, and he was like, listen, have you heard it yet? I'm going to need you to listen to it. I was like, bro, I'm going to listen to it on the plane. I'm going to listen to it on the plane. And then when I got back, he was like, did you listen to Addie Oasis? I was like, bro, I'm listening to it now. And when I listened to it and I hit him back, and I was like, oh my God, I love every song. Like, these songs is dope. Like, oh my God. And he was like, I done been trying to tell you. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm listening to other music too. But, you know, it's just that connection that we have. Because, again, I know my brother's not going to send me something that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? That he's going to want to discuss and talk about. So when I finally listened to it, listen, Serena, Multiply, You Make Me Want It, the Water, Naked. Listen, the horns are wailing on this album, and y'all already know how I feel about the horns. That is my favorite musical instrument, and baby, and that's her Earth, Wind, and Fire influence, who she's also inspired by. You know what I mean? So But the song that I could not stop listening to, after the first listen, I loved all the songs, but then after a while, I was getting into it, and this song, Get It, Got It, I couldn't stop listening to it. I was like, oh, this is the one I'm going to talk about on Current R&B Bangers. So here's the third joint of Current R&B Bangers. This is coming from Oasis, and here is Get It, Got It. So get ready, y'all. Get ready to hear some good old horns, baby, because it's going to be wailing on you, for real. Here we go. Woo! Y'all hear them horns? Y'all hear them horns going off? You know, oh my God. Like, this joint is ill, dog. Like, and it's so smooth, and it's like, yes, you want to drink a little something and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so relaxing, and that's what I like about this whole album too. But I gotta go to a place where she just goes in for real, and that's why I really, really love this song, because it's where she goes in at, and she just lets it wail, and this is where we get the title of the record at. So here we go. Woo! That joint is a jam, y'all. Like, it's such a jam. So, y'all, literally, I want y'all to go listen to Lotus Glow. Let me tell you something. This Oasis album needs to be heard. It's such a banging record. And if you don't listen to it, I'm going to send my brother to get y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to get me together. So, I'm going to send him to y'all, and then y'all going to end up listening to it. But this joint is dope. Check out the album, all that good stuff. I'm going to put her info in the more info box. I definitely want y'all to pay attention to her. But that's the third joint of Current R&B Bangers. That's from Oasis, and that is Get It, Got It. Well, I took y'all a little bit over the 20-minute point, but it was for something. It was for good. You know what I mean? But y'all, 3 joints that y'all got this week is the Shindellas, Last Night Was Good For My Soul, Victoria Monet with Smoke, and Oasis with Get It, Got It. All right, y'all. I went to Stacks. I wanted a little bit. I went to Stacks with Memphis, Tennessee. It was so amazing. Had such a good time. It's my second favorite label of all time, and just to walk through there and realize this is where the staple singers was. Johnny Taylor, you know, Otis Redding, and you know, Rufus, and you know, so many artists have walked through there. And then you got Isaac Hayes, and you got, you know, Steve Copper, and you know, all these legendary songwriters and producers. And then I got to walk through Studio A, and I got freaking chills. It was chills. It was everything, yo. So if y'all get a chance, I would definitely recommend y'all check out the Stax Museum. It was amazing. It gave me life. I finally got to see both of my top labels, Motown and Stax Museum. It was amazing. Just wanted to let y'all know and definitely check that out. But since it's the last week in Women's Month, I said this was going to be an all-female episode. I said I'm going to end it with the Queen of Stax. The Queen of Stax, and it's Miss Carla Thomas, and I'm going to end with a favorite song of mine from her. And yo, I will see y'all next week. Oh, before I go, I want to check out R&B Reps. I'm going to put the info in the more info box. Listen, y'all, we got a great episode. It's entitled the Android with Janelle Monet that we talked about with Lauren. It was such a deep episode. Amazing. Definitely want y'all to check it out. So dope. I'm going to put the info in the more info box. Continue to subscribe to R&B Reps. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. All that good stuff. But like I said, I will see y'all next week. And I hope y'all ready to jam a little bit, because I'm going to sing this Carla Thomas record. Here we go.
I'm weak for you and can't help it.
B-A-B-Y, baby.
B-A-B-Y.
Baby. And I'm out, y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.